All right, what's up, friends? We are here for some FACEIT League Season 3 playoffs. Got a lot of NA expert action going on here tonight. Boot Troop looking to pull out another upset. They've already taken down, the number 5 seed. Boot Troop coming in as the 12th seed. Let's just go ahead and take a look. Let's just not waste any time. Oh, here tonight's matchup. Blast Off Buds versus Boot Troop in the upper bracket quarterfinal. Here, actually, before we look at the... Ooh, don't get ahead of myself here. Let's take a look at our bracket. All right, so we're up here. Boot Troop coming in with a 3-0 over Secure Esports to kick it off the upper bracket round 1. Then we're taking off Blast Off Buds, who also got themselves a 3-0. That's one of the matches going on right now. All right, I've talked about Boot Troop for a bit. Your underdogs coming in again, 12th seed for the second year in a row. In second season. But in season 2, they got 0-2 knocked out completely, skunked out of playoffs. In season 2, Boot Troop come out with a 3-0 win over the 5th seed Sakura to move in, at least secure a spot in top 12, guaranteed a better finish despite having the exact same record and the exact same placement coming out of regular season. So hey, Boot Troop have already improved with just that one change in DPS, but they are going to have their hands full tonight. Blast Off Buds coming in as your 4th seed, a 10-4 record. And this is their second year in the league, but they didn't become Blast Off Buds till this season. They had 17 names last season. Baz's Rockets or Suckers or something of that nature. It's just kind of consistent wins across the board. It wasn't like super hot or cold. Like, this team, I feel like, has been pretty damn consistent. The most egregious loss was that Hive Mind Kittens loss, I'd say. Other than that, it's Rotation, Midori, and Alt Spartans, who all end up in top 6. A little bit of roster swaps coming into this season and throughout this season for Blast Off Buds, where we saw like Victory and Frothy starting form in week 5. We didn't see a whole lot of Sunnyside during that one. Yeah, we saw a lot more Victory in that one. I mean, we saw like a little bit of flipping around as far as the supports. Gorilla was playing Ana during the Brig Ana comps, but was playing Brig during the Brig Juno comps. That's what it was. And it just felt kind of like they hadn't quite locked it in yet. Like they hadn't quite figured it out yet. All right, there you have it. All of your bands are in. See, those aren't bad picks. I handed all of these. Busan, Coliseo. Coliseo is the only one I'm not completely happy with. But it's still, you can tell it's Coliseo, right? It's very distinctive. Throne of Anubis and Shabali Monastery banned out here from Boot Troop. It's Hollywood and New Junk City banned from Blast Off Buds here for today's upper bracket quarterfinal in a expert playoff matchup. Going back, taking a look at your map pool. It's Oasis, Kings Row, Esperanza, Surabasa, and Circuit Royale here for your map pool today. You're just in time, Imperish. You're like perfectly on time. This was a late match. This was a night owl match. It was made for you, man. That was a gender neutral thing, by the way. Like gender neutral, sir. Or dude. Anyways, I don't want to offend anybody. Certainly don't want to assume. Anyways. Naga Comp out from both sides. They're going to clash here on the high. That was almost Gorilla with a huge opener. Star lucky to keep those big toes on dry ground, but Constant, unfortunately, we'll be watching the respawn timer and Vice getting in the mix as well. Star has managed to trade back onto the back line, but oh, and they isolate. Wait a minute, they isolated Sunnyside on the other side. Now we've got a 3v3 all of a sudden. That is a big death from Sunnyside. What a pickup. This might be able to turn. The cardiac overdrive is there from Star, so they just shrug off all those shots from Vice. And Boot Troop immediately flipped this point back after going down 2. Big kill from Star to open things up. And Big Brain follow-up. I believe it was Buckethead who got that kill on Vice. But now Consta is low. Sunnyside returns with a vengeance into this small hallway. Orbital ray thrown into said hallway towards the objective point. Give it over kind of for free halfway through this fight. Oh, and Cage Fight just gets absolutely nothing. Star giving the old loop-de-loop. That was a big slam in. Vice stands up and tries Death Blossom. Buckethead caught way ahead of the team, though. Got a little too anxious trying to finish off that back line. Hey, you know what? Maybe it was worth it. Maybe they were the sacrificial lamb Boot Troop needed here. Solidify a fight win. And really, for the first time, things quiet down here on University. Boot Troop, 22% count. Dust with cage fight on the other side. A lot of ults expended already here in this series. 4 of them coming from Blast Off Buds. There's that cage fight in. Death Blossom into the middle of it, though. And Consta, with the duplicate, is able to immediately throw a cardiac overdrive into the mix. So there's plenty of healing and plenty of damage to boot. Boot Troop stand tall with a perfect response there to the only ultimate Blast Off Buds had. Sunnyside able to build up a lot towards this next duplicate, though. 65% on the board on the other side. Blast Off Buds. One thing about this comp, man, this thing is fast. You get a lot of team fights with these two compositions going at each other. Ooh, it's a Reaper duplicate this time. Something we were seeing earlier in this composition, but not as much lately. But cage fight in from Star. Buckethead able to find one and miss that here. Let's get out of the mess. That is a lot of mess going on. Looks like Boot Troop had the early advantage, but the orbital ray actually lasting and carrying Blast Off Buds through the end of this fight, and they're going to flip it here, but not before the Troop gets 94% on the board. Nog Friend says Kocha. Tapiri Legendary Thanksgiving Scrimmers. Hey, let's go. Let's go, Tapiri. Very happy to have that org here in NA Path to Pro. Good to see. Good to see Grassroots is, still growing and still getting new awesome people in the same new awesome teams. Like this Boot Troop squad. I'm telling you, this Boot Troop squad is flying under my radar a little bit more than I care to admit. Dust is going to go in and throw in this cage fight. See if, well, they can deny the win from this Boot Troop squad. Looks like it's working out. Vice had the, Vice is caught. Never mind the ultimate. Vice is stuck. I mean, just a fish in a barrel. Rally in to try to bail him out. Constant's duplicate will eventually fade. Here comes reinforcements, and it's just a couple of supports and Sunnyside on the Echo left here. Star slowing the roll means they must see him coming. Yep, that's what I was thinking. Blast Off Buds have their own reinforcements, and this is going to final fight. In fact, Star has to just take a lot of damage to go ensure an overtime at least happens. But with the orbital ray up, this is not looking like it is going to favor Boot Troop whatsoever. Vice with a pair of kills here to cap it. To 99-94 victory on University to start things off. Ooh, very close back and forth. All right, Boat Troop got first positioning here, but lost Consta on that rotation. As they valued speed over a very cohesive, tight maneuver. And Blast Off Buds are able to catch him out on that. Consta, I mean, was coming over the top, trading out. I think Sunset must have gotten some initial damage in, so Consta probably just ended up load off of the initial fly-in trade. But there you have it. I mean, that just leverages in not only first cap, but another kill on the Buckethead as well. Does go way out there. Oh, look at that teleport from Vice. Vice wants to go touch the spawn doors, my friend. My goodness. That was a big slam in. Oh, yeah, that was a huge slam in. I felt like Dust hit everybody with that. My goodness. Just showing the power of the overrun. I mean, you just cannot sleep on the Maga. You're thinking, okay, they're going to sit here and trade for a minute, kind of setting up to duck and dodge around the corner, do a little soft peeking, build ult. No. Dust just comes in, smashes two, immediate dead, win fight. Do have this is going to be a big ult fight here. I expect orbitals to start it off, but let's keep an eye out on Sunnyside's dupes. The double tank could be the difference maker. There's already a Death Blossom thrown in the mix. You're not going to need the duplicate if Vice just takes down both supports. That was a massive Death Blossom. As we put up the dance studio and begin the disco spin. Can we just, yeah, that's just the dance studio. That's cage fight plus Death Blossom. That is just the dance studio. Straight up, there you go. Disco dancing on the stage. We're just gonna get a raw one here. Just gonna get interrupted by that rally from Gorilla. Big Stomp comes in from the other way from Star, but they end up dying for it. Rally from Gorilla, keeping everybody topped up. Sunnyside with a doppelganger Death Blossom there to seal the deal, and it's a 100-0 here on this round of City Center. Not even close. After a 99-95 on University, man, Blastoff Buds ran away with it there in round two. They'll take a 1-0 lead here in your bracket quarterfinals. EXO with your play of the game. Where's my scoreboard? Where's my scoreboard? Uh-oh, I'm racing the music. I'm racing the music. All right. Well, I didn't get back to stats in time. Ideally, I want to go back directly to stats screen, but you know what? It wasn't bad. It still wasn't a bad transition. We're here. We're here. Vice, captain of this squad, coming in. 23 elims, leading the server. Leading the DPS players. They're in damage. I just booped all over my troop. She troop on me till I boop. All right. I see what kind of night it's going to be, friends. I see what kind of night it's going to be. Swag Monkey, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Very close as far as tank damage. Just not able to confirm as many kills. Dust had some huge overruns. Like that seems to be that one little point of, you know, the buzzword skill expression gets tossed around in the Overwatch community. But the overrun is that one little point of skill expression from Maga. Dust was nailing some big nasty overruns there in map 1. All right, let's take a look at your bans. It was Hollywood banned out here for map number 2. My sweet French prince is losing. Oh no! Carmez wants to collaborate. Oh, hey! Vice was like, wait a minute. I'm streaming too. Okay. We got Vice pile. Wait a minute. All right, we'll go get in the lobby, and I'm going to try to do something in the background here. We're still waiting on a couple players. Ooh, did I see, was it a side swap? Yeah, it is a side swap. Oh, hey, my score didn't update. I put it in, I swear, y'all. Okay. Twitch TV/Carmez. Wait, shit. Oh, my title not? The same thing happened to my title. I just don't have my stream title. Like, I had typed it all in and it just didn't hit update. All right, as you can hear, we're headed into Kings. I was gonna see if I can pull up Carmez's stream. Oh, I see what happened. I was like, what happened here? I accidentally hit N instead of M. Carmez 7. There it is.
Wait, because of the drives, I can get another Jade weapon. What Jade?
Okay. Oh, it won't be real time. That's the problem. Shit. I was gonna say we could cut it on some comms. You know what? I have an idea. We'll keep it up. We'll keep it up. Let's keep it up just in case. All right. Let's get into this second map. No. That's enough. That's enough. Don't, well, you're getting carried away, music. No. Shut up. We got a map of King's Row to get into. All right, full low ground approach, Buckethead with a very aggressive theater hold. Like, trying to play flank. Vice is like, really? Really, dude? A lot of damage into Dust. I'm not sure they're going to survive that either. I mean, lucky to avoid death from that focusing beam, honestly. Dragmarine says, I'm not watching this meta. Oh, I'm sorry. Come in, drop the follow, say hello, my beautiful burger. And then say I'm not watching this, but oh. Well, just hang out with Jiggle Burger and me. Do it for the burger. Do it to support T3. We need the help. Oh, Gorilla just absolutely destroyed there. Let on fire. That Star just melted through. Coming up with a 3-piece, yeah. We'll give Star the 3-piece. I know Chopper Chip got the final blow on a Vice, but we're still giving Star the 3-piece there. So far, a minute off the clock, and a good hold here out of Boot Troop. Oh, Star actually got. I was talking about Dust's overrun. Star got the better end of the overrun there. Did significant damage to Dust. Now the duplicate from Sunnyside falls by the wayside. Not to mention the orbital out of Red X, so a couple of ults thrown into this out of Blast Off, and they don't have a lick to show for it. Not even an elim on this point. Oh, they got one. They did get Constant, excuse me. They got one elim. All right, another ground approach. Really, let's take the nuance out of this first point, right? I mean, it is just right up the gut. There's the good slam from Dust. That's what we were looking for. Practically canceled the duplicate. Huge cage. You don't need. Oh, well, we did get the dance studio. Vice throwing in the disco with it as well. And the big dance studio wombo. We'll finally get the first point. I almost said map one. We'll get point A. Here for Blast Off Butts. Mogert meta. Vice's aggressive positioning does eventually get caught. Maga's had a bit of a race, and Star came out front. Maybe it was playing some hopscotch. I'm not quite sure which. So +2 to the defense here as Blast Off kind of regroup a little bit. Sunnyside poking in over the top, has a duplicate ready to go. So that and the orbital ray to try to get through this arch. Death Blossom throwing in here, though, from the defense. And Boot Troop have already gotten one. Star's cage will get destroyed by the duplicate Death Blossom, though. Now trying to finish off Buckethead. Will find them as well. Beautiful choice. Needing that extra damage in. Almost got the second Death Blossom up. Huge value out of the duplicate there from Sunnyside. Device trying to hide down in Subway. It's a high ground teleport from Buckethead. I mean, Sunnyside just picks that one up for some range. That's just headshots and some stickies. Catches. Tropic Chip completely off guard. They really needed that rally, too. Boom Troop needed that one to try to hold on to this. You do have the orbital ray, but this is such an awkward spot that Exo's in. You don't want to try to waste it in that back hallway. As it stands, you're not going to get a chance to use it at all. Now, Const is stuck. That's a 1v2. Yep. Once again, Dust with a beautiful overrun. Little swing there at the end of that overrun to land right on Constant. Just secure the kill right there and then making sure they don't have the flight to get out. We'll secure point B. Get that second point on the board and some progress here on the back end. You can see Sunnyside directly above, pouring in tons of damage. Another duplicate, I mean, already online. Ooh, there's Star, though, with the important kill necessary. Take that ultimate out of the fight. Help this defense stabilize. Cage fight, kind of baited in on the corner, but there's the orbital ready. Vice trying to make it the wombo, and we'll get it done. Gets both supports there, and the Dance Studio comes out on top initially. But the duplicate and the orbital stand and persist throughout the back half of that fight. And you still have Consta here with 9 health trying to hang on. Redex eventually moves in for that kill. Not a clean and decisive victory, and as such, not a whole lot of progress picked up on it. Another fight here in the corner. So we're going to cage fight coming in from Star. Buckethead with the Death Blossom in the middle of it. That's both supports down from the other side. Man, this is the Dead by Dance meta? The Dead by Dancing meta. Something of that nature. Pants off, dance off. By the way, command drops in chat. We have Blender. Everybody was disco dancing. I know. You see, if I put fake lyrics in there, they can't do anything about it, right? Ooh, early pick on a Star. Almost got Bucket. Does get Buckethead. Of course, Sunnyside Vice just moved in with a just lightning fast assault. Got that defensive boob troop completely flat-footed there. I mean, the whole both DPS and the tank, I mean, just snapped their fingers and they were gone. Completely Thanos out of the map. And there's some significant progress. 90 seconds to go. Star is down once again early in this fight. It's up to Constant to fill that role here with a duplicate, picking up the mantle of the tank, immediately taken out of it. The Dance Studio combo thrown in once again. Part of some of Butcher's best work done here on this second point. You'll need a decent amount of time off, but still 76 seconds on the clock here for Dust and the rest of Blastoff buds. Looking to secure this second map and a match point here in your upper bracket quarterfinals. Try to move on upper bracket semis. They will face the winner of Nightmare Rotation versus Extinction Zenith. That happened. Should have happened a little bit earlier. I didn't see a result for that one. Wait a minute. I don't know, maybe that one's got postponed or something. Because I didn't see a result from that one. I was looking for that one. Maybe they're playing tomorrow or something. Can we see more of a high ground defense? Here, set up for Blast Off Buds. We saw Boom Troop exclusively playing around Statue and behind Hotel. This is far more kind of fall back into the Orisa Goblin meta as far as the setup. Was using Vice exclusively in Hotel, but now the rundown comes in. Vice got into a little bit of trouble. It does comes in off that high ground like a guardian angel, but unfortunately ends up just being a sacrificial lamb. Sunnyside's able to trade, but Star finds Redex in the back like, God, that's an early dupe. Holy. Cost is at 62%. Not that it lasted long. Ooh, Exode! Exode was literal one. Exode was literal one. Somehow dances out of the focusing beam. Unreal. God, so I can't believe how fast Sunnyside got that duplicate, though. That was nasty. I mean, it didn't really amount to much when it was all said. I mean, got some damage in, but unfortunately couldn't secure the final blows, but still, mad respect to how fast that dupe came online. Already a third towards another one. We are going to get the recontest. Dust with another big slam, but the rally is up, and everybody's guns pointed at the Malga. Front line won't last. Vice gets destroyed before they complete the teleport, but they will save the Death Blossom for another day. I believe that was theoretically a one and done here for Picture. I mean, pretty much right at that precious 5-minute time bank, right? Like, that's... Love the audio cues for this skin. The skin is pretty sick. It's pretty sick. I don't even watch... I've never watched My Hero Academia, but this skin's sick. The noises are awesome. The Death Blossom ready to go. Buckethead waiting for the slam, waiting for the call. Goes in on the rally. A bold move, but timed it just so as the shield bash had just been expended right as Buckethead comes dropping in. Perfectly executed from Star and Buckethead in a very clean fight there with the Dance Studio combo. Drop the stage. Put your Star Dancer out to do the disco moves. And I'm no pun intended there, actually. One thing, Blastoff have been very good at these very fast rush blitzkrieg attacks. Vice has this Death Blossom here. And Sunnyside providing distraction. Vice able to move in, takes Constant down with the head turn, and cage fight on the front line. Beautiful move out of the DPS as they pincer in from both sides. Leave it wide open for Dust to secure things up main. Making the call yet. You saw Vice look up. So it means they have to come out now. Orbital Ray is going to be thrown in on this corner. Duplicate used from Sunnyside here. Trying to get behind in the thick of this. Yeah, gets the Death Blossom off, but maybe a little too much in the thick of it. Fortunate to get out of that one alive, to be honest. Bookstore now about to get overrun here with Boot Troop players. Back yourself into a corner. Only thing you're going to be reading is the obituary. Okay. Vice trying to hold on. That's a bit ambitious. There's nobody else even close. And just ends up being a little bit of free ult charge there for the other side. Star now with the cage fight ready to go here. Boot Troop at 3.5 on the clock. As this cage fight comes in, Buckethead dropping in from above. Red X immediately goes down. Vice not far behind. And that is right off the side there for Dust, the last to fall. Cart rounding the corner, and it only took 10 seconds, maybe 15, for that team fight to happen. Should I say that team kill to happen? Dust looking to get up towards their own cage fight. Boot Troop do back up. They don't press the issue and are playing this a little slow. Kind of obliging Dust and Sunnyside, and Vice for that matter, as they look to get up Exode's own ultimate. I believe that's the raise here. Oh no, with the low damage, gives up a lot of space. Here comes the cage fight in from the other side, and Boot Troop might have just squandered away their advantage on the back of this point. And Dust and Vice will in fact invest heavy and clean up. Rally used as well. Oh, I mean, looking at it, you can see there was a... I mean, I felt like if Boot Troop just took it to him, just kept the hammer down, they had that in the bag. They could have gotten on to Blastoff before they got their ults online. Exode would have for sure got that orbital ray with just a bit of early healing on the Star. You throw that in immediately. Can't help but feel that that could have been a a fight where you keep them off guard with some pacing, but instead Boot Troop decided to take that one slow, and it gives Blast Off Buds just the time they needed. Now Vice dropping into the backline. Dangerous move here out of Vice. This is going to manage to escape, looped all the way around, gifted a second opportunity to come in and try to find the support. Sunnyside comes in, help out with this endeavor, and there's another big push here out of Blast Off, as now they extend the pressure all the way up towards the entrance. Over the course of those last two fights, you saw how far Boot Troop had pushed in, how much they had really squeezed Blast Off with their backs against the spawn, and they let up almost voluntarily, and they've lost 2 team fights because of it. All right, Duplicate to get back in here. Plenty of ults for Boot Troop, and I mean, still capable of putting up comparable time bank. Constance is going to go ahead and back out, looking to bait Dust in, see if he can kind of alternate. This is just a lot of Moggers on the board. It's Moggers and Death Blossoms. Who's going to win? So far, Boot Troop are up 1, Boot Troop up 2. Consta giving those last 2 very important kills on the 2 of the most potent players of Blast Off Buds. Here with 55 seconds to go, is it enough? Reinforcements are showing up with a quickness. And Dust has cage fight. Cancels the over one. Great move out of Tropic Gym coming behind him. Gets that beautiful stun. What a rope-a-dope there out of Tropic Gym. Huge. And that is the potential map-saving move. This should be the cap. Yeah, the Lucio's going to get cut down. And this means Boot Troop finishes with time. They will get another chance at this. All courtesy of Tropic Gym. One of the 2 players alongside Consta who have been on this roster since Season 1. With a big, massive play to shut down Dust. And just even give it a chance for Boot Troop to tie things up here. And what I will stand by is the most important map in any first to 3 series, this map 2, particularly on Hybrid. There's a reason Hybrid feels so good as a map 2. It's such a fundamental map type for Overwatch, and map 2 is the, I think, single most important map in a first to 3 or best to 5 series more traditionally when you don't have draws to contend with. So I'm talking outside of Overwatch even. But it really does, right? Hybrid just really feels perfect as a map too, and I think it's for that reason. So with that said, a very important 60 seconds, perhaps the most important 60 seconds of Boot Troop's season.
5, 4, 3.
They've already finished with a higher placement than they did in Season 2. Despite an exact same record and the exact same seeding coming out of regular season here in Season 3 as they had in Season 2. With that opening 3-0 against the 5th seed Sakura, your 12th seed Boot Troop. Now I'll have a chance to even push higher up. I mean, with nothing to lose, right? Sometimes that can be the scariest opponent. Buckethead trying to push in through Hotel, taking the 1v1 against Vice. Has the lead on it. Vice is able to Wraith form away, but Star catches Sunnyside. What? How does Star catch Sunnyside? I missed that one. I mean, was that just a long-range dink? Or, you know, Consta with some initial damage? Consta's got a lot of ult charge. It's possible. And then, you know, Star just gets that last little dink where with Gunny. Oh, did something get canceled that I missed? You'll have to clip it. Let me know. All right. Buckethead up top. Boot Troop playing with Hottie Theory here. Consta very close to an ultimate. Redix and Exode almost identical. Ult charges looking very close on both sides. This is going to be a big one. I mean, ult and Dust tried to jump in the middle of it. Ill-advised. The orbital raid wasn't quite out yet. So without the tank, a huge advantage as the orbital persists through the archway, as does Boot Troop. And this is going to be overtime spawns for the entirety of Blast Off Buds. Tropic Gym will have to wait for a longer countdown as well, but this is just bonus meterage here for the troop. Oh, did the shield bash cancel Cage Fight? Is that what? Oh my goodness, that play was even bigger than I originally anticipated. Huge. Speaking of big plays, is we get the dance studio right on top early in the fight. Now we get Constant with a second cage fight in this, and Boom Trooper just overwhelming. They've got the ults to make it happen. They get the better value out of them, able to use them on just a touch earlier in the fight. Felt like, you know, Buckethead got their ult down first. Didn't barely even see Dust's cage fight through that. Yeah. If Boo Trooper are able to walk away with this, now 5-3 on the board, I mean, you got to give it to Tropic Jim for that play. Like, that play, like, map saving. Absolutely map saving. Also, the Blue Yellow Valiant looks really good on the bridge. Not going to lie. Dust does finally find Star. And as these big pushes tend to, this one will end around this first corner here in the Foundry. But a very admirable push and attack here in extras out of Boop Troop. More than enough to overcome the 45 seconds, 44 second time deficit.
Score 5-3. Switching sides. Initiating match.
Why did the prompt come up when you put a clip in? That's interesting. Maybe because it contained the word clip, and I may have that as a trigger word. Anyway, huge push out of Boop Troop. Like, monumentous, generational push out of Boop Troop. That's the kind of 60-second attack that can just reinvigorate the whole squad, liven up those comms. Then we might potentially see this underdog take a map off of Blast Off and send us into map 3 all knotted. But you know what? Job's not done. Once again, all low ground defense here out of Boop Troop. Nobody on the high ground. They're playing this very just kind of old school front and back. Playing around statue, play around back of hotel. It's like a super speed version of, you know, what we learned back in 2017 and 18 with some Ryan Zarya, right? It's like the super speed version of that. With a lot more damage. Woo! Star hung out in a dangerous position for way too long. Yeah, and Constance's the one that ends up paying for it. So, an early mistake capitalized on here by Blast Off Buds. They're going to run Boot Troop out. Boot Troop are hoping they can survive this late damage. See if they can get Constant in for a retake. You can see Star thinking about it. Yeah, there's the speed ring in. There's the overrun cancels. They run into each other. Star trying to hold on to the point. Buckethead rotates in on the anchor and takes down Gorilla. Gets the kill. Vice trades out onto Star, but I think the damage might just have been done here from Boop Troop. Yeah, Constant's going to get a pair as well. This is going to be a whole. What a retake there from the Troop. Yeah, that one needs, I didn't make a short of that. That was such a big play out of Tropic Jam. I'm still thinking about that one. Still living rent-free in my head. It may still be living rent-free in Dust's head. As they're 80% towards their next cage. Tropic Jam ahead of them in that rally. We'll have it for certain by the time this ultimate comes online. Dust looking for one of those big slams in. That'll get the cage up. There's the orbital in. Doesn't even get a chance to use it. Buckethead. The Death Blossom in unassisted. With 13 seconds to go, big kills here from the DPS of Boop Troop. Oh, I don't know. Have they sacrificed too much? Dust is here. Dust is going to get a touch. Yeah, ooh, Buckethead, watch out. There's the Shadow Step coming. Oh, wait, no, give me some Vice Pops. I want some Vice Pop, is what I was looking for, I promise. There we go. All right, rally in here from Tropic Jim. Sunnyside still has a duplicate to invest. There's double Moggers on the other side. Cage fight is in from Star. Sunnyside, yeah, their duplicate not finding near the value. Way too late in the fight. Too much damage to contend with. And Boop Troop. Oh, we're starting to let this one slip away, honestly. Constant in over the top of the big kill on the Sunnyside. Gets the volley in. Gets that big, important pick. And Boop Troop hang on through an extremely tight and exciting King's Row. We've got ourselves a series, y'all. All right, some stats from map number 2. What a map! Hottie theory, proving correct in this instance. As they bring it out with a 5-3 Buckethead. The prodigal son returns to Boop Troop. 66 elims and nearly 30k damage, leading all DPS in the lobby. But, I mean, it's still tip of the hat in the hero play out of Tropic Gym. Whew. Like, you don't get a push if not for that play, right? Like, maybe you cap, but it takes a lot longer to try to whittle through. Maybe even Dust comes up with a pick on that. No. Like, that could have been the end of everything. Tropic Gym saves the map, potentially saves the series. All right, I'm fired up now. All Cold Inside says, hell of a push. Yeah, that was absolutely a hell of a push. Whew. Boom Troop are marching on. Cossail band out here from the troop. I'm gonna sit here and sip my tea for a second, y'all. Bear with me. You just can't cage fight around Tropic. Tropic Gym too good. Tropic Gym's who we're waiting on, by the way. Like, Tropic Gym's like, okay, I had to step up. I had to take a break off that. I mean, that was like a career best game out of Tropic, and cancels 2 cage fights, one in an incredibly pivotal team fight there. I mean, like, doesn't get any better than that. Insane. Esperanza here from map number 3. It's getting loaded in.
Initiating match.
I mean, anytime a cage fight gets canceled, we're just going to start saying you got tropicked. Why you got to tropic them like that? How come when we name plays like that after a player, it's always about the person who fumbled it and not about the player who, like, made it happen and did the cool play? No. You got tropicked. All right. Let's get into Esperanza. Little ring around the tower here to kick things off. Well, that's good. Makes my detail-oriented brain happy when the colors up top means what the teams are doing down below. So thank you for rotating and making that happen. Constant trying to make an aggressive push here as we look for a move around the outside. Blast off. Able to just kind of absorb that aggression initially. And Star's in a lot of trouble. Yeah, Dust with a beautiful counter punch. I'm guessing an exchange on cooldowns is what that looked like. Looked like just the later cardiac coming out from Dust. And they just muscled Star's health bar all the way down. That just looked like a really bad arm wrestling match where it's just constant. Just that was Star's health bar. Dust getting some cardio in up top, some squats maybe, Gotta keep those glutes nice and strong. Alright, something's keeping him. Hopefully nothing is dead. Not even on ult charge here as we head into the second fight. Blast off buds have some positional, like have a meter advantage, but are struggling to hold the high ground. Vice eventually able to come in and drop down over the top now into the back line, but that was ill-advised. Consta read that one like a book. Big slam in from Dust a couple seconds later. Sans Vice, they're going to drop the cage in. Yeah, use a duplicate instead to make up for the lack of a Reaper on this one, but he got taken out immediately. I guess Dust was just lucky that they had that ultimate before Tropic Jim's rally was able to come online. So this one at least hit the battlefield. Speaking of, there's a later one coming in. That was from Constant's duplicate. Dust and company are able to hang on. I mean, I see all 5 players still here from Blast Off Buds. I spoke too soon. Tropic Jim, of course Tropic Jim just moves in to get the kill on their counterpart. Tropic Jim, the best Brig player in NA, confirmed. Tropic Jim play for UCLA? I think it's Ajax's fault for that. Yeah, you knew who I was talking about, Burger. You knew who I was talking about. Yeah, I mean, it's fair. I know. I get the logistics behind it. You know, I'm just saying. In this case, I want to give Tropic all the glory. That's what I'm saying. Speaking of, Boop Troop were close to the lead there. They saw the big overrun from Dust. And then we just see Dust flat on their back, having to back up to the corner with the cardiac overdrive. So using that as a disengage tool. Now do you have anything to hold the corner? Buckethead looking around the corner. As a matter of fact, Star finds Dust without any cooldowns to work with. Thought Constant might have to use the duplicate to do so. May still with Buckethead out of this fight. Orbital Ray now coming in. You hear from Blast Off Buds. They try to clap back here. It's a bloody one. Late Orbital Ray thrown in from Boob Troop, but I don't think anybody's really going to benefit from it. It didn't, I mean, I don't even see where it went. Boop Troop able to drop down to deny the lead? Yes. Absolutely. Sunnyside comes in with a flanking Maga. Both Magas get hit by Star's overrun. But Vice has dropped a Death Blossom somewhere over there. Tropic Gem dropped a Rally. They're able to keep Vice away, but not before they took out Exo. Now can Boop Troop come back into this fight? Not with Buckethead that low. They can't. There's the Clade up here in the lead going over to Blast Off. And the checkpoint. Now, I will say, we've had a bit of a trend of Blast Off Buds kind of throwing a lot of ults on top of each other, where I feel like overall the macro from Boop Troop has been a little bit better. We see that as an example here, where they were very judicious with their ults in that previous fight, holding on to them, holding on to 3 of them. Oop. Vice chasing down Buckethead. Oh, that was a juicy headshot. Got caught in the Death Blossom trying to back out. Gets the kill on the Star instead. But Buckethead finds room to use the ultimate. Gets the combo down despite losing their tank throughout the fight. Buckethead will find the revenge alongside Consta for their fallen comrade. Tropic and Consta play for UCLA. That's right. That's right. Good call, Burger. Good call. Orbital Ray alongside the Death Blossom from Vice right down the stairs. Oh, nasty placement on those ultimates. Will say, oops. Duplicate. They're fading from Consta. Yeah, just trying to get something with it. But as I was going to say, I will say, once when Blast Off Buds do invest, they find some just juicy opportunities to do so. That one right on that tight little corner as Boot Troop tried to come pursue. So the lead extending here as Blast Off now have double the meters put up on the board by the troops. Well, keep an eye on Star on the outside, focusing me. Oh, bailed out by Tropic Jim. Now we've got the cage fight coming in from Dust, who's managed to stay away from Tropic Jim as much as possible to get those cage fights down. A big priority. Not to mention we had the Brink duplicate using that. Not something you see very often. But, I mean, the extra rally, the extra healing comes in handy. I mean, I don't care if we get mirrors. I just prefer a little bit more nuanced metas. But, I mean, this is just a cooldown-based meta. Cooldown ultimate base meta. Ooh. And Vice not using, excuse me. Yeah, what was Vice not using theirs in a good spot? Try to go into Star's cage with that. That did not work whatsoever. I think some of these big, fast, explosive plays like Blast Off Buds have been doing are really fun to watch. Almost made one happen there, trying to send Dust and Vice in an opposite angle, see if they can catch somebody ahead of the arches here. But it's going to be an orbital ray to push through alongside a duplicated Mauga. So, there's the duplicated cage. And that's why we're mostly seeing the tanks as the choice for the copy here from the Echoes. I mean, you know, double the Mauga, double the fun. There's 4 chain guns on the battlefield, you know? I think we had 8 earlier. We had 8 chain guns on the battlefield at one point. Checkpoint picked up here from Boot Troop, and Buckethead finds a very important opening pick. Run in from Dust, but they just get slammed right back. And the Star returns the favor. Well, perfectly timed over, like just after Dust's overrun, they get flattened. And it's the opening Buckethead needed to drop in the Death Blossom. And, you know, Boot Troop suddenly threatening here with 60 seconds to go. I mean, still plenty of, plenty of meters to catch up on. As we said on King's Row, job's not done. Okay, gets 2 shots in on Sunny side, making the one call, you know it's there. Wraith form is in. Can the 4v5 Blast Off do anything with this? Yes, they find Buckethead. Don't let Buckethead out. Rotation from the rest of Boot Troop to avoid the orbital ray. They have both support ults to work with coming back here on this next return. They're going to go ahead and invest. It's at least the orbital, the boop on the Vice. Still, they're able to just stick the disco dance right in the face of Star. And all 5 players from Blast Off survive that one with 10 seconds to go. And I'm holding the lead. This is looking like a Blast Off Buds 2-1 in the series. Any late miracles here? Rally up. Nobody can quite get there. Buckethead not quite close enough. Blast Off Buds will, in fact, move up to match point. All right, here's just some stats for map number 3. Vice leading the charge again. Vice has just been a tour de force here for the squad. Now, obviously, you know, Blast Off Buds lost King's Row, but even in that map loss, Vice was their leader in elims. Has been all series long. Comes out with 30 in that one, leading the DPS. Oh, actually, Consta led the DPS in damage there on the Echo. All right. Looking back on the bands. It was New Junk City band out here for Blast Off Buds. Throne of Anubis band out there from Boop Troop. This is Boop Troop's map pick heading in.
Traveling to Sulvasa. Initiating match.
What was that? Mix the white with the green. Mixing white with the green. What is Dust talking here? What the hell, Dust? What are you talking about? Like, you talking to... like, I have their name as white and green. That's why I was like, wait a minute. Is that a reference to the stream? Or is that just a coincidence? I wasn't saying the Maga voice slides. Ah! Tropic throwing. There it is. We knew it all along. Gotta say the Maga voice lines.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Quick little roll up. Swap over to the Reaper. Definitely seems to have gotten them there first. Ooh, Blast Off Buds are going to go all the way around. Yeah. Okay, they see that they are not playing corner. And we're just going to play this long hallway between two very up close and personal teams. That are standing, you know, 50 paces from each other. It's more like 100 paces. Sunnyside trying to close the gap. Sneaky, sneaky up here along the left-hand side. It's a good volley of Sticky's landing. Is up in ult charge. Highest in the server, as a matter of fact, at the moment. So, very low star in the back means that Boot Troop cannot contest this cap. So, without any kills on the board, Blast Off Buds are going to start building percentage. Another huge volley of Stickies. Dude, Sunnyside has been pouring the damage in here in this opening minute. My goodness. Is going to have another one of those wicked fast ult. We saw a 1 minute duplicate already earlier in the series. Moves in, tries to get the kill. An aggressive push from Sunny's side. Needs to get that kill. Will, in fact, secure it. It's been everything in the tank to get it. Now has that early ultimate, but Exode is right there with an orbital ray to try to counter it back. Is there enough number of Boot Troops to make advantage of it, to make good on it? Certainly looks like it. Constant Star and Buckethead all still alive, despite Exode going down. Power loaded front line of Boot Troop able to win out the day, and they will flip this point.
That's nice.
Rotate through main. I consider this the front door. We're going to get some welcome to orbit, some die, die, die. All the voice lines being thrown in here. Once again, it's Vice with that second Death Blossom in over the top. Had the orbital ray to back it up there. So it was that with Death Blossom makes it so hard to kill. Bonus damage on top of it. I mean, and despite all the ultimates from the other side, and you had Cage Fight, Rally, Duplicate, and a Buckethead Death Blossom thrown in there. It was just that duo. Gorilla pops the Rally late. 85% on the board here for Blast Off as we get the recontest. Low health bars in the back, and Sunnyside's trying to finish him off. Built up to a second Duplicate here. Is going to pop the Brig. Got Star low. There's the final blow in from Red X. Oh, can't keep the Duplicate alive long enough for an extra rally on this point. Orbital Ray in here from Troop, and, well, it's too little too late. There's already a point on the board. We get the letter number dropped in chat. Quarterfinals, yes, Warden. Quarterfinals, yes, we're a bunch of 3-0s. But, semifinals and then lower bracket, not at all. Well, this is the only semifinal match we've seen, but this one is certainly not. And then lower bracket, they were like all 1-1s at one point when I was looking down the lower bracket. So, it was just that opening quarterfinal rounds. But that's to be expected. That's when you have, you know, your number 1 versus your number 16 seed. So, we heard a brick duplicate for a split second. Like, that was it. Look like it was actually Constance dupe, too. Only Dust taking that speed ring up there. Maybe a miscommunication. He does kind of look back. I was like, wait a minute. Fortunately for them, Boop Troop doesn't make the recognition. Boop onto Vice, sends it down low. Here comes Buckethead giving chase, but Dust pops the cage fight as they see Buckethead falling off of that ledge. Catch him in and catch the aggression. Blast off Blood to flip this point. Oh, that was Dust canceling a cage out of Star. God, that was a wicked fast fight. My goodness. And that was the aggression. That's when we see Blast Off Buds just firing his one brain cell. I think it's the second time we've seen it that fast. Like, where it was just that snap your fingers and the whole team was dead fast. But might have been enough more than they can chew here. Double support ult available from the Duke Troop, and they're able to find that opening pick on to Dust. 80% on the board, though, so not have a repeat of what we saw in the first round, where they win the fight but lose the objective. Buckethead loops around to catch Gorilla and ensure that cap. That's an early duplicate out from Consta. Met the overrun of Dust. Dust is surrounded. Yeah, absolutely caught out there. So double tanks holding up front leaves Dust in a 1v3. Boot Troop able to flip this right back, and we're knotted up here on Suravasa.
Next flashpoint, temple.
Sunnyside, what you doing over there?
Dusting off. Flashpoint unlocks in 10 seconds.
Okay, Sunnyside is way out of this fight. Trying to loop back in. All right, Vice is able to even up. So temporary 4v4 until Sunnyside returns. Buckethead catching the overrun from the other side. Drops the Death Blossom into the back, but Dust is there. All guns were pointed at Buckethead on that one. Won't find anything with the ult, despite Sunnyside getting a little separated early. It ends up being an advantageous first fight there for Blast Off Buds here for this third objective. Nothing for Boot Troop to work with initially. They will get this cage fight up if, you know, they're able to poke and prod for a minute. But with so many ults online, yeah, I don't think Blast Off are going to give them that chance. We're going to get another aggressive push. We're going to get the stage and the disco dance. The dance studio in full effect. Fight win here from Blast Off. Flawless. No casualties. Yeah, I think that one's... I think someone in RuPaul will be fine sitting. It's like Fielder and Chio. Like, there's certain pairings that have just proven to be so strong. RuPaul, I mean, it's hard to argue with RuPaul and someone. They're so lovable. All right, watch for stars. Cage fight. This needs to be big. Oh, the orbital in the middle of it. Got to be patient, Boot Troop. They're not. They try to push into it. Too much healing, too much damage. Blast off. Should be able to walk away with this. Well, Tropic Jim's still trying to fight it out with that rally, but it's just overwhelming force on the other side. An immovable wall, if you would. Blast off up 2-1 here, both in the map and in the series. Sloppy rotation. They're out of ice. Almost got caught. Oh, early kill from Constant. That's not what you wanted to see. Or onto Constant, rather. Sunnyside now loop it into the back, but Boom Troop is all pushing forward with that orbital ray. Gus goes down. Death Blossom available on this point. Gotta be careful. Uh-oh, Gorilla's out of the fight now. Time to dance. Dance we shall, but Buckethead unfortunately just danced into their own grave. Whew, nice little combo there. Put a bunch of damage on the Sunnyside. Exode with the finish. Deadly backline here at Boom Troop, but Red X showing that Boom Troop isn't the only one with a deadly backline. Some late trades there to ensure that Boom Troop have to pay the toll to get first cap here. Oh, the overrun from the air to try to cut off the exit. Cage fight actually thrown in from Dust and Vice with the orbital ray. They're dropping the big wombo combo into the back of it again. Immediately lighting up the feed. 3 ults invested, 4 ults invested actually from Blast Off on that one. But it's enough to secure the objective. Can Boop Troop find a way to layer their ults? They've been doing this this has been back and forth this whole series with the layering of the ults from Boop Troop, where they save on to 1 and 2 for the next fight versus the 4 ult fights coming out from Blast Off. Dust isolated, but is able to use that overrun to get out. Sunnyside there to provide a bit of distraction. Unfortunately, it's a sacrifice. Will the martyr be in vain? We loop back around onto the objective. Star with the overrun in. Cage fight, yeah, you bet. That's going to catch 3 in it. Nobody has an ultimate to try to counter this. Dust caught in the corner, as is Gorilla. And it looks like the layering of ultimates will work out for Boot Troop here in this engagement. Not flawless, but a fight win nevertheless. I sent you some info on Twitter about a certain team in NA Open, something you should know if you plan to co-stream one of their matches. All right. We'll keep that in mind, Banana Clone. We're definitely going to get some open matches, some open division matches on here. At the very least, the grand finals, but I'd like to get some on before that as well. That was Dust with a canceled overrun there. 96% on the board here for Boot Troop. We do get the touch, but Buckethead will deny a complete team fight. Yeah, Death Blossom on the point. Ooh, this is actually getting broken up. Sunnyside trying to end this here. Sunnyside got Tropic Gem as well. The focusing beam down. Star is fallen. And Sunnyside subbing in. Well, not really subbing in, but coming into this roster here, just in the next to last match, the very last match we saw a week ago, we just saw Sunnyside kind of making their debut. And here with a huge team fight, might have just delivered the quarterfinals over to Blast Off Buds. Tropic Gym trying to make a move, and we are going to get an overtime. Gorilla with the rally onto this point, which means Star will just not survive. Tropic Gym has the only ult as Costa moves back on, but it is too little too late. GG's in the chat. Blast Off Buds, hang on. Raids from William Mooney twice. Thank you for the raids. Thank you so much. Caught just the end of this series here as we watch Blast Off Buds secure their spot in the upper bracket semifinals. Huge raid. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's get some stats there for map number 4. Buckethead leading there for Boop Troop, but it was Vice once again. Not only leading the DPS and leading the team this time, but leading the entire server here in Elims. Close to it in DPS and damage dealt. Led the DPS players damage there once again here in map 4. Hell of a map there out of Vice. Let's get blast off Bud's third point on the board here.